Guys, I know it's been a while since my last video, which I know I'm not gonna post these until I'm actually pretty much starting my actual IVF. So you have to remember that these videos are already pre-recorded, and I'm just gonna kind of upload them around the same time I start. That way it won't be a big jump or a big skip, or it won't be a lot of information that you'll get late. So today is April the 15th, and a few things have happened since the last update or video. The last video was basically telling y'all that I get to start this IVF journey and how God gave me a second chance. And I don't remember, because it's been so long, I don't remember if I actually went over what happened. But I'll make a video about that, about pretty much my journey the last years of this IVF process. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of fill you in on what I've been doing. I'm gonna try not to make it so long, but I am gonna kind of video and let y'all know what's been going on, what I've been doing in the meantime, and what's the next steps. So to begin with, I don't know if the last time I showed y'all, but I actually went to Ross and purchased a journal. Those of you that probably don't know me that well, I love butterflies. And to me, butterflies means new beginnings. A little history about the butterfly thing. I lost both of my grandmothers, and one day I actually went to the cemetery and went to go visit their grave, and I asked them for a sign. I said, if you're here with me, or if you're looking down on me, or you're guiding me, protecting me, just send me a sign. I said, and it could be two butterflies, just send me a sign. And so I didn't get a sign. I got in the car and I drove around the cemetery, and I almost exited the cemetery when two yellow butterflies crossed my windshield. So I thought that was the most amazing and most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. So from then on out, I knew that when I seen butterflies, that I knew that my grandparents were either surrounding me, or either they were protecting me, or at least letting me know that, hey, trouble don't last always. When I'm having a bad day, and when I'm saying bad day, I mean, chaos, I'm crying, or I'm upset, or things are bothering me, I always see a butterfly. If I'm outside, I'm gonna see a butterfly. If I'm inside, I'm gonna see a butterfly. I'm not saying the stuff that's like around here for decoration, but I am gonna see a butterfly, whether it's on TV, a commercial, on a show, if I look through a magazine. So I'm always reassured that trouble don't last always, and that every day is a new beginning. So that's a little background. But of course, I got this beautiful journal. It was only $2.99 at Ross. I'm a big Ross fan, and I kind of just kept up with my journey. My first appointment was May 5th. That's for them to actually tell me what our next step is. Like I said, a year ago we started this IV journey with all of the testing that they do beforehand. Is it a little blurry? Okay, maybe it's a little bit better. So they told us about, like I said, we started a journey a year ago with the IVF, and things happened and we couldn't continue. So we started over this year. And so when I went in on May the 5th, March the 5th, 2014, that was just basically to say, hey, what day do you want to schedule the surgery? So anyway, on here, the notes that I took was, I talked to Dr. Crochet. They took the temperature, they asked questions. They planned and said the tube removal would be in April. And that at first, well, they couldn't do it in March because they were booked. And in April, they were booked completely. And they said, well, we have one that may cancel. We can go ahead and fit you. And I'm like, Lord, please let them cancel. Like, I don't even know what the situation was. And Lord, forgive me for praying for them to cancel, but I was like, Lord, please, like, let me just, you know. And it was just so ironic they canceled. Like, they called me and they were like, hey, we can go ahead, go through with it. Do you want this date? And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Because I would have had to wait until May. May we take a cruise, and then would have kept pushing us back. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go ahead and get started and get it out the way. The instructions were to have the tube, my left tube. I already had my right tube removed about 5.5, 6 years ago. 6 years ago. And my other one was causing me pain. It was also filled with fluid. The last time they did a mock transfer, last year, I had so much pain. I was in so much pain, like so much pain, because he was pushing fluid in, and the tube was just, the tube was destroyed. It was just filled with fluid. It was just not functional. It was causing me pain during my periods and so forth, and it was just non-functional. So he said we need to go ahead and take that out. I had a couple of polyps, which I don't really understand. Excuse me. I really don't understand that part as much, because I didn't have any fibroids from what I understand, but I had a couple of polyps, and I had maybe a couple of adhesions, and maybe a little scar tissue from my last surgery. So he wanted to go in, do a clean slate, just go in and just fix everything and get me prepared for IVF. We do plan on doing IVF in June, like I said, because May is going to be the healing time, and for me to, I guess, start maybe the birth control. I'm not exactly sure what the protocol is going to be. I've looked at so many YouTubes. I really don't understand when can I start and how soon. He told me we can start in June, but I don't understand how that works. If I normally will start my cycle on the 2nd of each month. Excuse me, I just ate and I'm just having all kind of indigestion. But I'm not sure how that works, because I start my cycle on the 2nd of each month. So I started in June. On June 2nd, I don't know, is that when I start my shots, and then around ovulation time they withdraw the embryos, the eggs or whatever, and then is that when a week later we put them back in? So I'm not really sure. Like, I've heard some people say, oh yeah, 2 weeks I took medicine and that was it. And so I've seen some people take medicine for 21 days or have to be on a birth control for so many days, and so I'm a little bit worried about that, because I really want to start in June. Like, I really want to start in June, do the retrieval in June, do the what is it called? Not retrieval. Well, do the retrieval, but also do the transfer as well in June as well. So I'm hoping all that can add up where I can find out by the 2nd week in July that I'm pregnant. So I don't know if that's just too quick, or if I'm just maybe not understanding. That's just my assumption. That's just what I want, and I'm hoping it works out that way. I put on here, hubby and I are too excited, waiting on the schedule to call me for the surgery. I can't explain the feeling. I'm excited. I am. And I'm almost nervous about it, because it's finally here. Like, we got that part out the way, and now we are actually, our next step is to, do the post-op, of course, and then develop a plan that day, of, okay, what's going to happen from here on out. So just going to the appointment and planning and knowing, okay, this is what my protocol is going to be. It's going to be so freaking exciting. Anyway, I got a call on March 12th. This was about 7 days after my first appointment. My nurse called. She says, during your process, your whole thing, I'm going to be your nurse. So I'm going to be your triage nurse. You can call me at any time. Here's my number. She's also located at the Clear Lake branch. And that's what I meant when I said Webster. They're actually located in Clear Lake, Texas, or whatever. So anyway, she had called me. Like I said, they do follow up. They do check in with you. March the 14th, yeah, March. I'm like March 14th. I'm like March 14th was the other day. These days are just rolling by. Excuse me. Sinuses too. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Friday, March the 14th, I received a call from the scheduler to tell me exactly how much everything was gonna be. I went and tell me what days I need to go for my pre-op, my post-op, and everything like that, and what day my surgery is gonna actually be, and what time and everything. She was very sweet. Yvette worked well with me. Like I said, it was going back and forth, back and forth. I went to my pre-op appointment April the 9th, where I had to pay $630 plus my copay, which I had some credit of $20-something on under my name. I don't even know why, but it was there. They subtracted it, so I ended up paying just $635 instead of $655. The hospital fees would have been $700 and something, but because I had met my deductible already, they only charged me $300 and something or whatnot. Like I said, my pre-op appointment was April the 9th, 2014, and I'll go into that. Everything went well. I got my paperwork to go ahead, to be released to the hospital to do my surgery and everything. They drew some blood. They drew a lot of blood, as a matter of fact, and I wasn't expecting that, because the first appointment I went to, I was expecting they're going to do a pelvic exam. They're going to do all this stuff, but they did not do that. The last minute, they were like, hey, let's go ahead and get some blood. And I was like, what? I'm terrified of needles. And I was just like, you have to do this? She's like, yeah. Which I'm sure they have to make sure that you're not pregnant before they do surgery. Make sure that your hormone level is okay. All your, all your blood count, everything is right. I don't know. But anyways, we did that.